Hi guys, in this video I'll be demonstrating how to do dip nails at home using a starter kit, Pretty in Pink from Revel Nails. I did go ahead and sanitize my nails before starting the video, and now you can see me using a battery powered nail file that I picked up at Target for $10. The brand is Plum Beauty, and I was using the shaping tool bit. From there, I go on to use my trim nail care sticks, and it's a cuticle stick, so I just push back my cuticles using one of those and go in with a cuticle cutter to clean up any skin that's left on the nail before starting the dip powder. I'm also just wiping down my hand with a clean paper towel, and then I go on to step 3, which is using the Pro Base. I'm applying a thin layer of liquid number 1 Pro Base using even strokes. I don't go all the way to the base. I leave just a tiny bit of room between my skin and where I start the Pro Base. That way I can build up the thickness, resulting in more thickness towards the top and a thinner application towards my cuticle, which makes it a lot easier to file down at the end. So in the kit that I bought from Revel Nails, I did buy the Easy Liquids, which are made for people who are not professionals. The liquids don't dry as quick, so you have a little bit more time to be precise and, more careful as you're applying the liquids and dipping your fingers. So on my thumb, as I apply, I make sure to cover the nail all the way to the tip. Again, leaving a little bit of room, not going all the way down to the cuticle. I dip, and then I tap off the excess powder, and then I go ahead and dip again. That way, all of the Pro Base is saturated with powder. And then I'm going to go ahead and use an old makeup brush that's clean and not stiff to dust off any excess powder. And then I'll go to my second layer of Pro Base with the dip. This time I do go all the way down to the cuticle, and I keep my trim nail care stick handy. That way I can clean up any areas where I might have got that base liquid on my skin or too close to the skin. I will note that using a piece of copy paper or just any type of paper instead of a paper towel during application would probably be best. That way you can save any powder that has spilled. Trying to get the powder back into the container after it spills onto a paper towel doesn't work very well. I make sure to wait until I've done all 5 nails to go ahead and dust off the nails again. That way the glue has time to harden. Otherwise, if you use your brush to dust off the powder too soon, it will result in clumps and moving powder around because it hasn't had time to set yet. So once again, dusting off the nails, trying to get as much powder back into the container as possible. This color is very bright, so it looks like it stained my fingers. It didn't. Once I rinsed my hands off, the powder did come off of my skin. But now I'm going on to my third coat of dip, which is going to be my final. So just being really careful to cover the nail completely. You'll be able to see if the glue didn't go on evenly, and you can get more liquid on your brush and keep going over the nail a couple times till it looks nice and coated. I do want to mention that this video is the second time I've ever applied a dip powder system at home. I did order the Revel nail dip powder kit because of COVID-19 and all of the nail salons in my area closing for 6 weeks. And while I was waiting for my dip kit to come in the mail, I did get a little impatient. I went to CVS and bought a Kiss dip nail kit. It was around $20 for that kit, and I will say it did an okay job, but the Revel dip kit is so much better, and it was $45. It came with the 3 different liquids that I needed and also a selection of 4 different colors. At this point, I just examine the nails, make sure they all look okay, and then dust off the powder again. And the next step is going to be using the number 2 liquid, which is activator. And the instructions say to apply a generous amount of number 2 activator on all 10 fingers, covering the edges and capping the tips of the nails. So I shake the bottle. You can see as you apply the activator, the powder will darken up and won't look powdery anymore. So you'll do the activator step twice. This is the first time. It is important to note that if any powder comes off onto your brush while you're applying activator, to wipe it off with a clean, lint-free paper. In this case, I'm just using a paper towel because I don't have that. If powder and activator stick on the brush, it will harden your brush. So it does say to let that dry for 2 minutes, so I'm just waiting for the activator to dry. And then at this point, you can shape your nails. I use a variety of tools, but first I'm going in with the Plum Beauty that I got at Target. It's just a battery-powered nail file. It's not very powerful, but I will say for a beginner, I felt very comfortable using it. Did get great results and didn't have to worry about it making me bleed if I slipped or sawing off any skin. So I'm using the shaping tool first, then I dust it off to see how it looks. Whenever I was using this, I made sure to focus at the cuticle area. I wanted that part to be thinner to make it look like a professional result would be. You don't want it super thick at the bottom. And sometimes even at the salons, I do notice that they leave it really thick towards my cuticle area, and I hate it. So covering the whole nail with this file, really getting the edges though, and cuticle area, like I said. At this point, I changed the tool on my e-file to the Precision Shaper, which is just a more fine file, and I go over all the nails again, once again focusing on edges and cuticle area. I try with this step to go over the entire nail and make sure that they look nice and smooth. With the easy system that I bought from Revel, the nails were all pretty even before filing, so I brushed them off, see how they look. It looks like I had a little bit of powder stuck on my skin area, so I just removed that with my trim nail care stick. At this point, I go to the Revel nail file that I bought. I bought 2 different files. I was using the wrong one first, so I'm using the 180 grit file at this point, which is more coarse and smoothing down the nails once again. Just taking my time to shape them up perfect. I will say filing takes the longest, and if you skip this step or don't take your time, you're not going to have a good result in the end. At this point, you should notice that your nails are coming to a shape that you like. Before I started the video, I did shape my nail, and at this point I'm shaping the powder, but I did shape the nail how I liked it. It is important to know that you are going to have to kind of reshape the nail, just because powder at the top of the nail will make it look uneven. So going over, checking all of them to make sure they're exactly how I like them, because you need to get this shaping done before we move on to the next step. So they look good. I brushed them off, just double check. It looks like I wanted to get the edges a little bit better, so I went back in with my E-file precision shaping bit on the top, just to get them absolutely perfect. I wanted them, thinner at the sides, still thick though, where I'm not going to be breaking my nails because I am very rough with them. You can see my hair get into the camera view. I am leaning in and really focusing on those edges and making sure that my shape is exactly how I want it. Be patient during this step. Like I said, this is my first time using the Revel dip kit system and dipping powder. Second time total, and so, I'm not a professional, but I wanted the best results possible because I am an essential worker and still seeing patients. Not that they care what my nails look like, but it sure does make me feel better to have nice looking nails. For the purpose of this video not being 5 hours long, I did just do these 5 fingers. I just wanted to show everyone what I did. So now at this point, I'm reshaping my nail. I'm using the fine 150 grit file from Revel. I think that these files are $2 or $2.50 on Revel's website. They're nice and big, and they have a perfect shape to them where they're kind of curved at the top but straight at the bottom, and that really helped whenever I was filing my nails. I brushed them off, made sure to get any powder off, and the next step is to go ahead and wash your hands using water only, no soap, and I just kind of took my thumb, ran it over the top of my nails to rub off anything that might be there, just using water only. If you use soap, it's going to mess up and you're going to have lifting nails. So now I'm coming back, and it is time to do your second coat of activator. So you're going to apply the second coat of number 2 activator, and then you're going to wait 1 minute, and it says to gently wipe dry with a paper towel. I did not wipe dry with a paper towel. I just let them dry. So I'm letting them dry here. And then the final gel is number 3, and you're going to, the first coat should be applied using 2 or 3 quick brush strokes. Don't worry about getting close to the cuticle area or capping off the edges during this step. This is the finishing gel, which leaves the nice shine, but you're going to just do this first coat really quickly with the 2 to 3 quick brush strokes. And I'm going to let that dry for about a minute. And then you're going to apply your second coat of number 3 finish gel. This coat is a slower and more detailed coat. It's important to not overbrush because this could have a negative effect on the overall shine. Once that's done, your manicure will be dry within 2 minutes. I have cats at home, so if you heard that little meow scream, it was them playing/fighting. And in the voiceover, I did get a little ahead of myself. This is me applying that second coat of the finish gel, being more detailed, cleaning up any areas that I might have messed up, and then I'm letting it dry. So once again, I use the Revel Easy Gel Dip Kit set, pretty in pink, and I'm very happy with my results. They look professional, and I'm not sure that I'll ever go back to a salon again. Saved so much money. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Good luck, and have a good time doing your nails.